in my day you had to, if you like, you had to do like an apprenticeship. I know it sounds stupid, but yeah, you did. You had to do yourself an apprenticeship. Learning as you go along. Whereas now, everything's out there. Half a day on the internet, you know, you're a carp expert. Yeah. At times, I mean, all right, the tackle has improved. It's improved big style. But at times, when I'm out on the bank or I turn up to come fishing, and sort of like this one, if you like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 swims on it, and they're all along the same bank. Now, back in the day, you could more or less guarantee to get one of these 5 swims. This day and age, at the weekend, you'll be lucky if you get one. I mean, I've never been there, but Linear, from what I've been told, is a prime example. There'll be people fishing, and there'll be people bivvied up behind them, waiting for them to move out, even if they've got 2 or 3 days left of the session. Nah, it's not for me. I couldn't join that rat race. I think now that's why, or one of the reasons why I like to target the smaller fish. Not many people are interested in them. All they want is big fish. But all I want is to go out, cast my rods out, hopefully get my string pulled by anything from a 2-pound tench up to a 25-pound carp. That'll do me. If anything bigger comes along, it's a bonus to me. I think I've said it before, I've done the big fish thing. Done the big fish thing, targeted Pacific fish within the big fish team, and I think, yeah, it definitely did. It ruined me fishing. Yeah, I could go out after a Pacific target fish and have 2 or 3 good fish in a session. Sort of, if you like, as an example, targeting a low to mid 30 on a Pacific water. Turn up at that water over the weekend, perhaps have a couple of 20s or a couple of doubles from the 20, something like that. And because I was single fish minded, the fish that I was catching, I was doing them an injustice. So I had about 5 years of that, 6 years of that, and in the end I just give myself a smack in the mouth and thought, what the hell are you doing? You're catching these fish, they're great fish, but you're belittling them because you're not catching the fish that you want. So I'll knock that on the head. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to target a Pacific fish, you target a Pacific fish. I won't hold it against you, and I don't think anybody else will. But for me, my period of chasing Pacific fish, it ruined my fishing. So now, as I say, casting out, getting the bobbin dance, getting the rod bent, getting a wet net, wet sling, perhaps a photograph, and I'm a happy man. I mean, when you look at it in another way, you've got, I don't know, 10-acre lake, for example, and within that 10-acre lake there's 80 carp, for example. Who is the better angler? Over the course of 3 years, 2 people are fishing the lake. One person catches the 3 biggest fish, and another person catches 80% of the fish, but none of the big fish. Who's the better angler? To me, it's the person that catches the most fish. Plain and simple. So, I don't claim to be the best angler in the world. I know for a sure fact I ain't. But that is my aim, to bank as many fish as I can. I mean, there's a bloke fishing this lake today. He's fishing up that way. 2 years ago, out of another lake on the complex, from around about now, which is the beginning of end of March, beginning of April, to the end of September, he had 40 fish. Not bad going. While me, on the other hand, in the same time period, I had 25 fish. Now, to throw a spanner in the works, with the exception of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sorry, when he was in France, he used to turn up to the lake on a Thursday, because he's retired, he used to turn up to the lake on a Thursday, and he used to go home on a Sunday. Myself, on the other hand, I get one weekend off in 3. I get a Monday and Tuesday every 6 weeks. And the rest of the time, I have single days off. So when I'm doing an early shift, and sort of take today, if I was doing an early shift today, I'd finish at 3 o'clock, but I'd have tomorrow off, if to look at it in perspective. So I would come down after work and go home the next day. So it was sort of a long overnighter. And I had 25 fish. So we were spending 4 days a week down here for April, May, June, July, August, September, for 6 months, which is a lot of time. And in that same time period, I suppose I've done about half as much fishing as what he did. On another lake on the complex, there's people that have been sitting on a 2-year blank. Just because they're chasing one fish. Would you sit for a 2-year blank for one fish? I mean, all right, at the moment it's a £40 common, but it's not always been a £40 common. I've seen pictures of that fish when it was £27. Because one bloke has been chasing it to make up the set of the fish out that lake that he wants. And when he had it, he was comparing all his other photos and he'd already added the £27. So why, if you'd already had it at a lower weight, why go back for it again? It's just a numbers game. Once I start getting repeat captures, that's it, move off the water. I mean, I said so in my winter series, I've got 6 lakes here on this complex. And I flip between just 2 of them. If I can't get on here, I'll go on to another one. If I can't get on the other one, I'll come on here. Plain and simple. Right. Waffle on a bit more about rigs now. The chod rig. When you actually study it, what does it look like? Looks like a stiff hinge rig, doesn't it? When you actually look at a stiff hinge rig, what does it look like? Looks like a Whitty pull rig, doesn't it? The Wizzy Pull rig's been out since, or it's been common knowledge since about 1990, 91, something like that. Just goes to show you how everything new is in carp fishing, doesn't it? There's nothing new in carp fishing. The only thing new in carp fishing is the prices they charge for the tackle. That's what it is. I mean, a lot of the stuff that the big companies sell is all made in China. And if you go on eBay and you search for these, they're a damn sight cheaper than, what was that? They're a damn sight cheaper in China than what they are over here. Chinese ain't stupid. Somebody goes over there, if they've got the connections to get a product made, and they order so many 100,000 pieces, whether it be hooks, whether it be line or whatever. So the Chinese think, so if they've ordered that and we're making it for them, we can do an overrun of the same amount and sell it at a lot less price, and we'll still recoup our money because they're getting paid from the big companies to manufacture it. Yeah. All fun and games. All fun and games. Yeah. I'm going to shut up about that. Have fun. We'll have to think about what to have for tea soon. What have we got in there? Oh, we've got a couple of pasties. Might have a couple of pasties for me tea. Yeah, no, we'll be about that. In actual fact, I'll be back in a second. I am, in a way, sponsored by these, in a fashion. Yeah, because I actually worked on, so therefore I get paid by them. So, in a way, I am sponsored by them. Here's my favourite Cornish pasties. So yeah, I'm, if you like, I'm sponsored by Tess. Oh, I've just had a beep. I'm sponsored by Tesco's. Oh dear, you gotta love it, ain't you? Ever laughing a joke about anything I can. No, to be fair, I'm sponsored by one company and I'm a promo team member of another company. But I don't ram it down people's throats. I never have done and never will do. Because if there's people out there the same as me, as soon as people start blabbing on about, oh, you got to use this bait, you got to use that, you got to use this bait, you got to use that bait, you got to use this bit of gear, you got to use that bit of gear, I just think, grow up, man. So yeah, that's my thought on that. I mean, both the companies that one that I'm sponsored by and one that I'm a promo team member, they do good gear. Trust me, they do. But there are alternatives out there. Shit, that must be bucket. Right, bloody hell, I've been rabbiting for 40 minutes. How the hell can you rabbit for 40 minutes? Well, I haven't got a bloody clue, man. Oh, 38 minutes, sorry.